black women, we are the masters at compliments. We have taken compliments down to a precise science of conciseness, where we don't even say a full sentence. We just say at you what we're looking at on you. Okay, polka dots.
That was comedian Amanda Seales in action on her Smart, Funny, and Black tour. Seales selling out city to city as she takes her show on the road.
Yeah, you know, of course, her role in the hit HBO series Insecure, but she's here today to tell us about her newest projects. Everybody, welcome to the studio, comedian and actress Amanda Seales. Let's see it in the building. You know what?
Hello. I need to correct something, though, because I made this very confusing, so it's my fault. My tour is the Black Outside Again tour.
Okay.
I do Smart, Funny, and Black on the tour, so I'll actually be in Brooklyn October 29th. This is our last Smart, Funny, and Black of the year.
Okay.
We have activist Tamika Mallory versus the lyricist and icon Method Man. It's going to be very so shout out to Wu-Tang.
Nice.
But then I also do stand-up.
Okay.
So on this tour, I'm also doing stand-up because it's time to stand up and say a lot of things about all the things that are going on. So.
But the show in Brooklyn on Saturday.
The show in Brooklyn on Saturday. I'll be in Philly in November, Oakland, and then we're ending out the year in Chicago.
You know,
so
and I might regret doing this, but I'm going to pick up on the clip we just showed there, right? You gave a compliment, right? You're just looking at the polka dots.
Yes.
Looking at the two of us, what would you call us?
What do you mean?
What would you say? Based on that you say, you look at somebody and just say, "What's up, polka dots?" Looking at the two of us, what would you do?
What am I gonna say? Okay, earrings.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, he likes his bling.
And this one, I would say, okay, monochrome. 'Cause you're giving us all the color, all the same color, head to toe. Okay.
Okay, that wasn't as bad as it could have been. It could have been much worse.
She was kind.
I'm on your show. I'm gonna show.
Oh yeah.
You got a new radio show as well. Tell us about that.
I'm very excited. So the Amanda Seales Show is coming to Reach Media and Radio 1, and it's my own platform where I get to be my full Amanda self. And for those who've been following me on Instagram and social media for quite some time, they know that that means they're going to get authenticity, they're going to get jokes, they're going to get, I say, like hard news with a soft landing. And I think it's really overdue that I get a space to like be my full self, but like supported by a machine. And so it's really been great working with Reach Media. You'll be able to hear the show at first in Philadelphia on 100.3 R&B, WRB, but then you can also listen on podcast. So that's the beautiful thing about technology.
You said your audience, the ones that have been following you, they know what they're getting because you've been that way for so long. Do you remember a time where you were maybe a little nervous to be your full and authentic and real self, and worried that a big company might not want to, oh, that's too much for them, or try to be something that you weren't because you were trying to, essentially we all were trying to make it at some point, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, there's always that transition point where you're like, what am I doing that's getting in my own way? How am I in my own way? And, you know, there was a point where I was transitioning from the music business into the space of my own voice being the leading part of my career. And people were like, well, Amanda, you know, you gotta get the white girls to like you. So you can't be talking about all of this like politics stuff, you know? You gotta get the gays to like you. So you need to start being on top of their stuff. Like you gotta get like groups to like you. But the effort that people were telling me to do was to like try and pander versus like just be your full self. And so I tell this story all the time. I went to go see 12 Years a Slave, and I literally left the theater, stood out in Lincoln Center. Why I went to see 12 Years a Slave in Lincoln Center, I don't know. That's like, makes no sense. But I stood out on that street and I said to myself, you know what? You're gonna be as black as you wanna be. And if the space doesn't allow for that, then that space ain't for you. And so I've just carved my path in that way. So that's why you see that my tour is the Black Outside Again tour. You see that my show is Smart, Funny, and Black. My master's is in African American Studies from Columbia. So I'm also using my student loans well in my work, okay?
And there is something to being authentic. I mean, that is what people crave, and they recognize it when they see it.
Honey, we are in a time of alternative facts. So I can't be an alternative self, all right? Like, you need to really demonstrate what do they all say? Be the change you wish to see. Well, I would love to see honesty come back, or at least become the focus in our culture. And so I'm going to live in that in the hopes that it spreads.
Amanda Seales, thank you so much for being with us.
Not a problem.
I appreciate it. Oh my goodness. The next stop for the Smart, Funny, and Black Tour will be in Brooklyn.
Yes.
This weekend, you can check out Amanda's new syndicated radio show. That happens on November 7th.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.